加拿大小学生五花八门的班级职位。
Light monitor. They get to hold the glow stick and they have to shine in the dark. They have to drink a lot of water and be a water bottle.
You're kidding.
Sink monitor, ew! Sometimes it's very disgusting. Broom monitors gets the big broom. The rest of the kids get dustpan.
Oh, okay.
Most people don't do that job.
老师有说什么吗？
Teacher will not sign them.
我前一集有分享加拿大小学生上课都在做什么，貌似都在玩，是吗？你跟大家讲一下几年级
Grade 2.
大部分还是都在玩。
We get to do toys.
有什么样的玩具？
Straws and chains. That's all.
像是可以组装东西的。除了玩之外，但其实他们也都是有做事的。所以我今天要跟 Yuffie 一起来分享加拿大小学生在班上的实际的工作内容。
I do not work.
你是无酬的 work， 你知道吗？
What's 无花的 work?
无酬就是你们是免费童工的意思吧？
免费。
好，所以我们2年级的姐姐就提供给我一份 class jobs， 还挺多的耶，10几个。所以原来每个学生在班上都有个任务要完成。所以你们不是只有在班上吃吃喝喝或 party。
Why would I just go party in this?
你可以跟我们讲一下 class jobs 是干嘛的吗？
Do your job.
在教室里面，那是谁来分配 job？
Miss Haberly.
所以是你们的老师。
Yes.
然后你们这些小喽啰就要去完成他指定的任务。所以老师是 Nick Fury， 然后学生就是一群 Avengers， 而且是不受控的 Avengers， 超级英雄都不受控。
What Avengers?
这个概念就跟我们以前小学班上的值日生很像。你知道妈妈小的时候，我们班上还有班长、副班长，
Yes.
然后还有风纪股长，
What's 风纪股长？
管班上秩序，哪个小孩不乖，他就记录下来，扣分。然后还有什么美劳股长？
What's 美劳股？
做劳作的头，通常是最厉害的那个，然后都是由全班票选出来，而且一当上大概就是半年或者是1年。可是，在加拿大不一样，加拿大小学他们分工分得更细，而且是轮流的。多久轮一次啊
3 weeks.
那现在就请我们的 Yuffie 来跟大家介绍加拿大小学生的班级的职务有哪些。
Blinds monitor.
是做什么的？
Open and close the blinds.
是怎么做？
Use the key, put it in left and right, up and down.
你有做过那个吗？
Yes, it was fun.
所以有一个是专门负责开关窗帘的，
Yes.
你很喜欢做的工作。那你现在是有在做那个吗
No, this time I'm chair stacker.
？Chair stacker 是什么？
End of the day, the teacher tells you to stack everybody's chairs, but first people need to stack their own chairs before I stack my chairs. If they forget, I have to stack them.
哦，那听起来这个工作还蛮不讨好的耶。你喜欢这个工作吗
Yeah.
你喜欢？为什么？
It's fun. Line leader, first in line. If you're not behaving well and you're called last, you get to budge all the way to the front.
我以为那个 line leader 通常是在前面带头，带着大家一起走的。比如说你们是要去
Teacher does it. But line leader is just first in line. Everyone likes it.
因为都可以走在前面，
Yes.
他就只是走在前面
Yeah.
没有做任何事。
Yeah. When the teacher opens the door at recess or lunch, the line leader goes out first and then runs to the playground to play. And so does a line of kids.
OK， 下一个
Door holder.
听起来好像就是帮人家开门关门的。
Second in line.
哦，也是在队伍里面的。
First, the line leader zooms out, and then after door holder has to hold the door.
Line leader 他开了门之后可以不用顾大家，就直接 storm out of the
Yeah.
classroom。
Yeah.
然后第二个人就要 hold the door，
Yes.
让其他小朋友经过，
Yes.
他就变成最后一个要关上门。
Yeah, but the caboose has to go on the back of it. The door holder has to budge in front of the caboose. Caboose is the next one.
对啊，
Caboose is the one that is the last in the line.
那他的职责是什么？
Nothing. He's just the last in the line.
为什么要当 last in the line？
I have no idea.
不是啊，在最后一个他需要干嘛嘛？他需要顾到大家
No.
有没有调东调西的吗？
Well, it's not technically the job, but he or she can if he wants to.
所以会有小朋友喜欢当最后一个。
Class librarian. At the end of the day, the class librarian has to check under everybody's desks to see if there's books and to stack them neatly in the bookshelf.
他得要负责把所有的书本都放回到你们的书柜。
I thought they just can borrow more books.
哦，你一开始是这样认为，就是去图书馆的时候，他们是可以借更多书，有特权。但其实不是，
Yeah.
是那个人要帮大家把书本放在书柜。那其他小朋友
Most people don't do that job.
就有一个人负责，得要把所有的小朋友的书本都放回去。Sounds
How
not
about
fun at
you?
all.
How about you? Do you get to do that? I was the class librarian in the first time.
那你喜欢那个工作吗？
I didn't do it.
哦，是因为你们班上的小朋友全部都很负责任的把他们自己的书本放回去。
Yes.
哦，不错啊。
Sometimes I just forgot.
你 forgot。
Yes, and sometimes I just didn't want it.
如果书本没有放回去怎么办？就是这个 class librarian 没有做好他的分内的工作，怎么办？老师有说什么吗？
Teacher will not know.
所以这是什么工作？很废的工作哎，这到底干嘛的？下一个
Broom monitor. There are 2 broom monitors.
所以他们是干嘛的？
The broom monitors gets the big brooms, and the rest of the kids get dustpans.
哦 ，OK， 他们可以拿到比较好扫的扫把，大扫把，然后其他小朋友是拿小扫把。
Yes.
什么时候做啊？大家什么时候扫
End of
地？
the day. It's your choice if you want to. Most people want to because they will get stickers. I don't like stickers.
可以选择不用扫地，
Yes.
但是如果扫地，你会得到一张 sticker。
Yes.
然后你为什么不喜欢 sticker？ 你不想拿 sticker？
I always get sticker at lunchtime.
你是怎么得到 sticker？
Just being quiet.
哦，不吵闹就可以
From
得到一个
Noah.
sticker 是吗？
From Noah. A lunch monitor.
是你们班上的同学。
We only grade 4, grade 5, grade 6, grade 7 get to come to primary parts classes to take care of them while the teachers are in the lunchroom.
高年级生义务性来帮忙的，
Yes.
算是一个 volunteer 任务。 我
Yeah.
所有的 class 小都是 volunteer 任务，每天都是这样吗？
2, 3.
等一下，等一下，
Most of the times there are 3. They send a message to the teacher to see if the kids are naughty or not.
那如果有学生 naughty，他们 report 给 teacher，
Yes.
那会发生什么事吗？
When lunch recess is over, the teacher just calls them to the rainbow table and have a talk.
Rainbow table 是什么？
It's a table shaped like a rainbow, but it's gray.
是你们教室的 table，
Every class has a rainbow table.
长得像 rainbow，这么酷，真的假的？
Yeah.
颜色也是彩色的，
No, it's gray.
那就不是 rainbow table 啊，
Rainbow table is shaped like a rainbow.
还是一个圆桌啊。
rainbow table, its color is red. Ellie, I've been in Miss Pennington's class before and don't laugh. Duotang monitor. There are 2 Duotang monitors. They get to hand out Duotangs and they have to dress up as a Duotang.
啊？什么意思？
Just kidding.
老师给你们多 10，然后要多 10 monitor 发给大家吗
Yes. And they also get to hand out bags, spelling bags. There are 3, 4, or 5 headings and all the words. The headings rhyme with the words. So paper helper,
好，
handing out paper. It's like a worksheet that have been written before, handing them back.
所以是老师改过的或看过的，然后最后交给这个 paper helper， 再请 paper helper 一一发给每一个小朋友。
Yes.
就这样吗
Yes.
？OK， 听起来这个就是还实用，这
Water
个工作
bottle,
还算实用。
water bottle and equipment monitor.
这是一个角色，
Yeah.
专门保管大家的水壶吗？
No.
什么意思？
It means they have to drink a lot of water and be a water bottle.
You're kidding？
It's
真的假？
like you get to go out and get some tools for the class.
那跟 water bottle 有什么关系？
They also have to check if there's water bottle on the floors.
所以会有水壶掉在地上
Yeah.
然后没有人去捡，
Yes.
小朋友都不管，就是 water bottle 那个人他要负责去管。
Yes. I don't really know that one because the teacher didn't explain. So I'm just guessing.
Equipment monitor 是什么样的 equipment？
Clay, apples,
Apples，
pears, orange, cupcakes.
然后发给大家吃。
No. The teacher gets equipment monitor out of the classroom, picks up a box full of apples, and goes to the classroom, gives it to the teacher, and the teacher calls out. And then everyone goes like, and then
你要在镜头里面，人家看不到你。听起来 来比较像是 grocery monitor 啊，
No, it's not grocery.
专门分发那些学校送的食物吗？
Yeah.
他们学校有的时候会突然发一些水果。
They go out into the hall, grab a box full of apples, pears, and oranges, gives it to the teacher, and then the teacher goes back to the classroom, and then the teacher rings the bell, and everyone looks at her, and then there's apples. Do you want to take one? You have to wash one before you eat it.
听起来还是 grocery 一个工作啊。
I'm just guessing
你不清楚这个 job，
because Miss Haverly did not explain that one.
那有人当过这个
Yes, a
job
lot
吗
of people.
你有看到他们在做吗？
No.
所以这个职位是一个谜。妹妹，你刚刚有什么事要跟妈妈说？
My class also gave oranges.
对啊，你常常拿回家就突然多了2-3个 orange。
One time they gave us just carrots too.
Yeah.
And peppers.
Yeah, there's peppers.
你们有吃吗？
I didn't.
I ate carrots and I ate peppers.
Did you eat the cucumbers?
Yeah.
你是素食主义啊，妹妹不是很喜欢吃 cucumber。
Yes.
学校常常发这些食物给大家吃啊，
Yep.
Yeah.
这么好。
Cloakroom monitor. Make sure nothing is left behind the cloakroom in the end of the day. If there is something, whoever the person is reports to the teacher, and the teacher rings the bell, and everyone looks at the teacher, and then the teacher goes like, "Who has this toque? Who has this mitten? Who has this lovely backpack? Who has this water bottle?"
OK， 等一下，解释一下什么是 cloakroom。
Cloakroom is like a cubby.
那你们
Grade
叫它
twos don't have cubbies anymore.
你们是叫
Cubbies-
cloakroom。
Yes.
I have a cubby.
Kindergarten 还有 cubby， 所以听起来 cloakroom monitor 它的职位还蛮有用的，还比较实用。你有没有当过这个职位？
No. Well, Elena was. She always tells the teacher.
还是有小朋友拉东拉西的？
Sink monitor, ew.
什么？字面上听起来就是专门在检查什么洗手台里面有没有干净，是不是？
Yes, sometimes it's very disgusting.
会有什么？
You have to touch the sink with your bare hands. You feel it if it's dirty, and then you use the paper towels and then you wipe the spot.
所以你必须要去用手去感受来判断它干不干净吗？
Yes. And you also have to close the tap.
如果有小朋友忘了关水，那个人就要负责把它关好，是吗？
Yeah.
他们学校每个教室里面也都有独自的他们专属的洗手台，所以就会有这个职位。这个职位听起来好像大家不是很喜欢。
Aya did sink monitor twice.
他自己选择想要做。
Everyone gets to choose.
你们不只是 rotate， 你们还可以自己选择想要当什么样的职位。有可能有一些职务你是完全不做啊。
And sometimes when you think it's fun, it's not actually fun at all. Helper when teacher is away. When the teacher is away and is not here, the person has to teach the substitute how to do stuff.
什么教学吗？
Yeah.
所以那个 helper 得要教学。
But the teacher sends a note to the substitute for what to do, and the helper when teacher is away shows them where all the stuff is.
今天老师他如果生病或什么，就会有另外一个老师来，也是一个很实用的职业啊，不错不错。你有当过 helper 吗？
No.
你想不想当 helper？
No.
为什么
I don't want to. I don't really know where all the stuff is.
？Then you need to find out, right?
Yeah. Class manager. When the teacher is going into the meeting room, the teacher calls out, "Whoever is class manager, come up to the front of the room." And it goes like, "You have
你
to."
要回来啦，不然人家看不到
It's
你。
like, you have to watch it. If anybody be silly and naughty, and then you make them go like, "You stop."
管秩序的。
Yeah.
那如果那个小朋友不听了，那个 naughty 的小朋友不听怎么
And
办
they？go like, "Sit down."
那如果那个小朋友不愿意死掉呢？Yuffie，你流血了，
Wait, what?
你流鼻血了。妹妹可以帮忙拿卫
Don't
生纸吗
film that part.
？OK。会热吗？我还开窗了耶。OK，Anyway， 你好像还 OK。所以呢，当老师回来之后，
Then the class manager reports to the teacher how it is, and then the teacher calls them over and says why they did that.
是去 Rainbow Table。
Yes.
那所以这个 class manager 听起来就很像我们的班长跟风纪股长的混合啦，管班上秩序的。虽然说没什么职权，管不动，大家都是 Avengers。
Light monitor.
Light monitor，
They got to hold the glow stick, and then they have to shine in the dark. When the teacher wants to turn off the light monitor has to turn off the lights.
所以这个就是很简单，对 ，straightforward。对
I
吧
was light monitor once. Bored monitor is a person that has to be bored every day.
你在玩双关语吗？你们都不用黑板的，你们是用白板，对不对
Yes.
所以就要专门帮忙擦白板。
Yes, and Abigail has a job on composting and has to get their hands on new apples in the compost.
你们教室没有那个 class job， 你朋友的教室有。
Yes, and Mr. Wilson's class cannot choose. Only Mr. Wilson can choose.
OK， 所以每个老师的做法不一样，所以这个就是目前所有的 class jobs。我相信应该还有更多。你们全班最喜欢的 job 是哪一个？大家都喜欢哪一个 job？
Line leader.
Line leader， 因为可以第一个冲到游乐场。
Yes.
那最不喜欢的呢？
Sync monitor, caboose. No, not caboose. Caboose, everyone chooses that. I think there's only one sync monitor. Class librarian.
可是你们这个 class librarian 还好啊，刚刚听你说没有什么人把书本就是倒在后头，
Because they don't want to do the job.
所以还挺有趣的啊。这个学校班级里面会有这么多不同的 jobs。确保每一个学生在班级里面都能够贡献，所以除了这个五花八门的学生职位之外，其实每个教室有不同数量的老师，而且每个老师的职位跟角色都不一样。
We have LST and that are for people that don't know how to spell.
LST 是 stands for what?
I have no idea.
OK， 我去 research 一下。你们同时最多会有3个老师在教室，一起在教室。那另外那2个老师他们在干嘛
Miss Haverly's helpers. They also help people with math.
我记得你之前在 Grade 1的时候，是不是有一个男老师？
There was a person that did not know how to talk, and the teacher always has an iPad with him to make the boy learn how to talk. And
Okay.
Justin is in my class.
你的 class 也有一个老师专门帮助那个 Justin。
Yes.
OK， 所以像他们教室里面不是只有一个老师，有的时候还会有另外1、2个老师，他们是专门负责一些可能情况比较特殊的同学跟学生，所以大家是在同一班上课，没有分开。就加拿大这边还蛮 inclusive 的，他不会因为学生可能有特殊需求而把他放到特别的班，通常还是让他跟其他的小朋友们在一起，就是有个正常的团体生活，正常的班级。除了像你们班级里面的老师之外，是不是还有其他课的老师？你说看有哪一些课？
Music class, library, gym. But there's no gym teacher.
所以是谁在带领你们
The teacher.
你们会被要求跟老师打招呼吗？
Not really.
所以老师来了，你们也没跟他们打招呼。
Well, sometimes we do.
你知道妈妈以前小学老师进教室的时候，我们都要立正起立敬礼，还要鞠躬。老师好。
这是my中文课。
但是你正常的学校老师没有要求。中文课还是有一些传统。
Because there's helpers and there's 爱心妈妈、爱心爸爸、爱心哥哥，还有爱心姐姐。
对，我们家两姐妹，她们周末的时候，我有特别安排她们去上这边的中文课。
They have to go like 老师好 ，and then go like 爱心妈妈好 ，and then they have to go like 同学好 ，and then they have to do this, and then the classes. Like, go back to your seats politely. You have to do work in the morning, like when the teacher is not even prepared.
那中文课跟一般你在学校上课，你喜欢哪边的环境？
中文课
哦，为什么？你喜欢敬礼？
No, because I have 3 recess and I get every time to eat.
谢谢姐姐跟我们大家分享了，就是加拿大小学生的班级的一些职务，有些很有趣，有些很实务，有些有点废。那我们现在来做 ending 好吧
Yes.
呀 ，OK。希望大家喜欢这集，表完了再订阅、留言还打个小铃铛，我们下期见，拜拜。
I wanna wish you a very bye bye.